Cyberphile.
Okay, so, you ever have this conversation? Hey man, what's your favorite game? Like, right now? No man, your favorite game. Like, ever. Are you kidding? You can't just pick one game at any given time and be like, this is the greatest game I've ever played. It's way more complex than that. Take a seat though, and I'll tell you what you should be playing.
Certainly, they existed. Those blinded by ambition. Those consumed with vengeance. But here, they do not exist. Only winners and losers here. For here, the mighty. Garou, Mark of the Wolves.
Garou, Mark of the Wolves, also known as Fatal Fury Mark of the Wolves, is one of me and my friends' go-to fighting games, right next to Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, Fight for the Future. Why? Because it's friggin' awesome! Oh, what is that? Oh my god, what is going on? That's, what? Oh my god, up to the heavens with that one! Okay, but really, it's simple, balanced, fun, and has a great, if small, roster of characters that all have awesome, flashy moves. Additionally, the fights flow very well and are over pretty quick, with 60-second matches often not even lasting that long. Combine that with great music and kick-ass animations, and you've got a great fighter with a ton of character. Speaking of which, Garou, Mark of the Wolves features 14 awesome characters, 12 regular and 2 boss characters. While it's a relatively small roster, each character is fleshed out and balanced very well. I mean, in what other game can you play as either a schoolgirl, a serial killer edgier than an emo kid at a knife show, a busty, lusty pirate babe, or a giant wrestler in a bird mask that screams? Garou is a spin-off of the Fatal Fury series, and each character makes their first playable appearance here in Garou, with the exception of Fatal Fury frontman Terry Bogard, now with a much-needed haircut, badass bomber jacket, and a new flashy move, the Buster Wolf. Garou is a 4-button fighter, so you've got 2 punches and 2 kicks, light and heavy. Most notable, however, is the unique top system, which stands for Tactical Offensive Position. Before your match, you'll pick where to place your top and with how much strength. When your health falls into your top area, it's ass-kicking time. You'll receive a bonus in outgoing damage and your health will very slowly recover on its own, though not any more than your top area. In addition, each character has a unique top move that can only be performed while on top, but it's as simple as pressing both heavy attack buttons. Bing bang boom. Top adds a unique level of strategy to your playstyle, both in placement and in strength. The smaller the top area, the more damage you'll do, but it may not last as long, and if your opponent hits you hard enough, sorry sucker, but no top for you. Not only must you concern yourself with the size of your top, but also about placement. Do you place it at the beginning of your health bar so that your first assault is devastating? Place it at the last to save it for a last-ditch effort? Or somewhere in between? What makes top such a great mechanic is that it's easy to understand, and even beginners can enjoy it. Speaking of mechanics, Garous are pretty simple. Some fighters have all sorts of cancels and systems to memorize and master, like Gold Burst, Groove Select, Red Roman Cancel? You need a goddamn handbook for half these games. With Garou, you've got your Just Defends, Guard Cancels, Counter Hits, and that's pretty much it. Sure, there are combos and you can cancel out of certain moves, but for the newbie, the lack of many different cancels and systems makes the game very accessible, yet still offers room for advanced play. Single player offers 3 main modes. You have practice to hone your skills, normal stuff, story mode, and survival. Story mode follows the events of Southtown and the associated fighting tournament, as well as the 2 big bad bosses at the end. You'll be ranked on a scale of C to Miracle, just like in high school, and if you can manage at least a AAA average with no continues, you'll get to fight the final boss, not just the sub-boss. Additionally, unlike some SNK fighters, I'm looking at you, King of Fighters. The boss and sub-boss are actually reasonably balanced when compared to the rest of the roster. Each character has their own motives, complete with rivals, and a bit of dialogue for some decent single-player replayability. Survival mode pits you against every character in the game, but with a few catches. Firstly, it's not best of 3 like usual. Instead, 1 round. Beat 'em up and move along. However, your health and time carry over from fight to fight. If either one runs out, you're donezo. To combat that, enemies can drop more health, time, and even more power for your super meter, but can also drop a negative version of those, so don't touch the angry skulls. The opponent can also use these power-ups, so beat 'em up and send 'em packing. It's a fresh mode, but as with all fighting games, the real fun lies in multiplayer. To recap, Garou's simplicity, balance, characters, and excellent flow of fighting make it an absolute gem, and one of the best games on the Neo Geo, the system it was initially released on. Which is saying a lot, seeing as the Neo Geo has a veritable ton of great fighting series, like The Last Blade, King of Fighters, Samurai Showdown, and much more. Garou just got released on the PlayStation Network for PlayStation 4, complete with network play, trophies, extra options, and gallery images to unlock. So I'd have to say, that's the superior version of Garou. So, what are you waiting for? You and your friends should be playing
Garou, Mark of the Wolves.